Hello everyone, so welcome to today's video. We are doing as many cream products as possible for this full face tutorial, keeping it simple with the eyes using one of my absolute favorite cream products for eyeshadows, and I can't wait to share that with you. I've talked about it before, but the main thing is cream products. Few new things. I did get some things that I ordered in the mail. Some more things will be coming, so you'll see some in future videos and haul videos as well. So using some new cream products and also new brushes. I mentioned these Ecotools brushes several videos back, and I'm now getting a chance to use them. I did a video on ColourPop brushes last week, the newest ones that they came out with, and so now I'm going to be focusing on these ones from Ecotools. It comes in a set of 3, and I will talk you through them and whether or not they're actually working for blending and applying products. So I was kind of curious about them. They have some pretty good ratings online, so I thought, I've never really done my makeup fully with brushes that look like this. I usually use a damp beauty sponge, fluffier brushes, things that are more lightweight. I don't usually use kabuki brushes or flat tap brushes like this, or foundation brushes, just because I don't like the marks of the brush strokes that you can see depending on the formula. But I do think that that's all on the bristles of the brush itself and the quality of it. You can find ones that are really great out there, but I just prefer using my damp beauty sponge. I just like the finish overall and how easy it is and quick to blend my products in and get on to the next step of my routine. But we're going to see how these brushes work from Ecotools. I do enjoy their brushes. I've used them in the past and I've talked about them as well. So we're going to try these out. We're going to also try some new products, and I'm really excited to do a full face, just keeping it light, simple, and easy, and just kind of getting myself ready for the day. So if you're interested in the tutorial, then just keep watching. So you have a large one that's called the Ultimate Buff, the medium size, which is the Ultimate Pop, and then the small one is called the Ultimate Cover, and they're flat top, almost like kabuki style brushes, very densely packed. I have washed them and they're ready to go. So the large one I'm going to use for my complexion products. The medium size one, we're going to try that for bronzer and for blush. And then the small one, I'm going to use it for more of concealing and possibly highlighting. And the primers today that I'm going to use, I'm going to mix 2, the Stila One Step Correct and the Milani Soft Focus Glow. I love both of these. So the first one is the Stila. I'm going to do 1 pump of that. And this one is a color correcting. So you have different tones in there to color correct different areas of the face, like for darkness, redness, sallowness. So it just helps brighten everything. And I use my fingers to just quickly apply that. And then because I can't get enough of this, I'm going to use the Milani Soft Focus Glow as well, because why not? And I'm going to use about a pump of that, and this gives a really pretty glow, and it makes your skin look just healthy and so pretty. And you can see just a little bit of a luminous, kind of healthy vibe coming through your foundation, which is nice. It's not like shimmery. So I feel like I have that pretty well blended. And we're going to see how this next product works. I ordered the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick, and I have been wanting to try a foundation stick for some time. Almost ordered one during the last VIB sale through Sephora. But when it comes to foundation sticks, you get very little product for a lot of money. And I was going to try the Huda Beauty one. I have been wanting to try the Vanish one from Hourglass, but they are quite expensive, and you get about half of the amount. In a traditional liquid foundation, you get an ounce. So I decided to look at the drugstore. I have been enjoying Milani, as you guys have known, for the last several months. I've been using a lot of Milani stuff, so you'll see some of their products in today's video. So I ordered more stuff. So this is the Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick in the shade 210 Creamy Nude. Looks like it's going to be a good match. I'm going to just kind of scribble this on and see what the coverage is. But so far that looks to be a good match. I'm going to use the Ultimate Buff from Ecotools, which is the larger one of the 3. I kind of started blending, as you can see. I'm trying to move this around, and we'll see what my coverage is like and what it looks like on my skin, because my skin has been dry. So, we'll see. it definitely needs to be built up in certain areas. So I'm going to do that. I have some scarring here. My chin is dry and I have texture, and then right through here, which is pretty much my problem areas, as most of you know if you've been watching my videos. I have issues with scarring and breakouts on my cheeks. I like this brush because it has the sides where I can kind of get right in through the sides of the nose, which I find that sometimes some brushes can be a little bit difficult around that area. And I like how this set has included several different sizes, which I think will make it very, very helpful. So the foundation has been clinging to certain areas of dryness. I am using a moisturizer that's a little bit thinner, so that could be it. I have experienced a significant amount of dryness with this pregnancy. My face, very dry. My lips have been peeling, and it's not a good place right now. I'm waiting for my moisturizer to arrive. My Sephora order should be getting here today. And so that foundation stick is clinging to those specific areas that I have a little bit of dryness at the forehead, a little bit through the chin. But again, my skin is dry and flaky, so of course any foundation, whether it's a cream, a liquid, or a stick, is going to cling to that, powders as well. So I'm not going to knock it just yet. I'm going to kind of work on my skin, hydrate it, get rid of the dead skin, and then see how this looks. But I do feel like so far the match is good and it blended out quite well. And I think I mentioned before I was using the shade 210, which is creamy nude, and I think that that works for my fair skin. So yay there. So for my concealer, I'm going to use a Milani one. I have the Conceal and Perfect concealer in the shade 110 Nude Ivory, which I've talked about before, and I do like that. So I may use that because that's a little bit more full coverage. Can use that around the face if I wanted to. But I'm also going to be using the Retouch and Erase. This is the Light Lifting Concealer, and I have taken everything out of the packaging. This came in like your standard like cardboard packaging and like little plastic. So I took that off because it takes a lot of time. Very itty bitty. I didn't think it was going to be this small, but it comes with a sponge tip and it is very kind of liquidy. So when you squeeze it, you do get quite a bit. So I'm going to start with just squeezing it once and applying it there. I'm going to take the smaller brush. This is the Ultimate Cover, which comes in that set from Ecotools. And I'm going to blend this out and see how this works. And I chose fair because I wanted coverage and then brightness as well. But this would be really great, I think, for my corrector that I use. Yeah, this is actually looking quite nice under the eyes. Really good, lightweight formula that seems to have some good coverage. Never used this product before from Milani, so that's a good surprise. But I just feel like with brushes, especially like dense ones like this, you can see the strokes of the bristles. So I feel like it's really not going to be my thing for the under eye area for concealer, maybe for corrector. But I'm just so far not feeling it for the concealer. So what I'm going to do is bring in my damp beauty sponge and just apply a little bit more product and also blend with this as well. And I do feel like it's a very thin, lightweight consistency, and it is a very, I would say, light coverage. So I think I am going to go in with a little bit of the Milani Conceal and Perfect. Just like a dot of this right through here, and go back in with my beauty sponge because this one is much more full coverage and much more pigmented. So if you don't blend it well and use brushes, you will see, especially this brush, you will see the little like strokes of the bristles. And if you've used foundation brushes in the past, then you kind of know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to pull this a little bit lower as well. And I'm going to use the Milani Prep Set and Glow, and I'm going to use a large fluffy brush for that. This is the ColourPop F28. So I'm going to put some over the larger areas, just lightly. And I'm going to do this first, even though I'm going to go in with some more creams, because this is a very thin product and it's not heavy whatsoever. And I feel like it's safe to say that I can go with some creams over the powder. So I'm using it mostly on the under eye area. I can talk today. If you have areas like I do that need extra coverage and you continuously buff foundation and then come in with concealer and creams and use this medium one, I feel like you're going to be lifting things. So we're going to kind of test that theory out and see. So for bronzer, I ordered the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm. And this is a brand that's part of ColourPop. And I chose the shade medium, which looks like this, quite dark, and I actually think it might be too orange. I wanted something that was kind of like a cream bronzer, but I didn't want to spend too much on it because I don't use a lot of creams on a regular basis for like face products. So I thought, you know what, let me just try. And it smells good. It smells like summer. It comes with a brush for your body, but that's just too large, I think, for my face. So going in. Wish me luck. I'm going to use the Ultimate Pop, which is the medium size brush, and I'm going to kind of swirl this in there and see. Let me tap off. Whoa, it is quite pigmented, so I think I'm going to just gently, yeah, that is quite. So this is going to be more of like placement wise, because this is just, I think, too dense for blending. So I'm just going to use this brush to apply the product, and then we'll go in and blend this with something else. Let's just go in with our beauty sponge that's damp, can help move the product around and see how this formula blends. I mean, so far it's blending out quite nicely. So speaking of ColourPop, I think I'm going to switch to the F29 and pick up a little bit more of this bronzing face and body balm and see how this blends, because I want to get some on the apples of my cheek as well. Okay, so brows are done. I use my e.l.f. $2 brow pencil, and this is the darkest shade. I ordered another one, but I ordered the neutral brown, and I ordered some more things, so be on the lookout for more e.l.f. products. So now for blush. Milani came out with some cream blushes, and this one is, they're called the Cheek Kiss, and this is the Nude Kiss one, number 110, so I chose the one that seemed like the lightest out of all of them. You can get them individually, or you can get them in a bundle for a discounted price. And the last time I checked, they were right around $28 for the whole set, and then I chose this one individually. And I think I'm going to stick with that F29 brush for application, because I think this is just going to be too much for blush, and I don't know if this is going to be pigmented or not, so we're going to tread softly and go in with this. And this one is matte. I don't know about the other shades, but this one specifically looks just like a traditional cream blush. Okay, well, it's pigmented. Can you imagine if I actually just left it like this? Oh my. Oh. Okay, so I feel like the brush is good, but I need some assistance with my damp beauty sponge. So with all that blending and stuff, as you can see, I've lifted the concealer that I used for covering that scar from a previous blemish, but that is what you will experience, I guess, if you used cream after cream after cream and buffing and blending. It is what it is, but you know what? It's there. Who cares? I feel like everything looks pretty good and blended. I feel like that cream blush blended out quite nicely over the foundation, blended well right over the setting powder that I used for spot concealing, so it works over powders as well. Alright, so for highlight, I'm going to use a powder highlight because I don't have a lot of cream ones. I have one from Nude Sticks, but it's kind of like a purpley duochrome, and I'm not really feeling that for today. So I don't normally use a lot of cream products like I am today. This is kind of like my first time using as many creams as I can, but I don't really have a highlighter. So Milani had the gift with purchase as they do often, and I got the Afterglow highlighter. This is the Strobelight, so it's a small little mini size, and it actually looks beautiful. And I didn't have a highlighter from them when I was doing my full face of Milani, so I'm glad to have this now, and I get to try this formula. Add that to the tops of my cheekbones, and it is blending out quite nicely. This is one of the few powder products in today's tutorial because I just prefer powder highlighters. But if you have one, I mean, I have the Tarte one, the Shape Tape Glow Wand, so I guess I could have used that, but that's a lot softer, I think, than this. This is coming off kind of icy and almost wet looking, and I like it. I'm going to use my cream eyeshadow from Bobbi Brown. This is the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in the shade Dusty Mauve. I love this. I use this for my one shadow looks. I wore this so much in the beginning when I first started filming here in the new house. Had some questions about it. I talked about it. I want to say I mentioned these in my favorites as well that I posted, and I love the formula. It's long wearing, it's pigmented, it blends well, and I'm gonna kind of go for just very light, kind of not too heavy, not too crazy. You just scribble it on and blend it with your finger. And I do one eye at a time because this is a long wear formula, so it's gonna stay. And now that I think about it, I should probably order some more. We might have some holiday sets now. I'm going to take the ColourPop E23 brush and just kind of pick some off with the brush off of the product itself. It's like a little crayon. And then just kind of windshield wiper motions back and forth. And the great thing is that you can use your finger. You don't really need brushes for this. And you can also take the same pencil directly onto the lower lash line. Let me lift that up a little bit more. And you can just kind of go right underneath here. And just use your finger or a small brush to kind of blend this out. And it could not be more simple. So honestly, I really don't have an excuse not to get myself ready. Because, you know, eye looks can be more elaborate. I'm going to take a pencil brush and pick up some more and add that to the lower lash line. Sometimes, you know, you just want something quick and easy. And this is it. These cream shadows are it. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of powder eyeliner because I want a little bit of definition around my lash line. So I'm going to take an angled brush. This is the ColourPop E30. And I'm just going to go in with a very dark eyeshadow. And I'm going to get really close to the lash line. And then whatever's left, I'm going to take that onto the lower lash line as well, just to do a very soft, light definition of my lash line, so they don't just look like they've disappeared. Alright, so I've done my 2 coats of mascara and I've done my tight lining, and it just kind of brings everything together for the eyes. And then we got to do something with the lips, and I feel like because my lips are in not so great shape right now, I'm not going to do liquid lipsticks or anything that's too matte or any sort of lipstick that's too pigmented, because I feel like it'll accentuate the dryness and the flaking. I need to definitely do a lip scrub. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to just go in with my Milani Keep It Full Gloss in the shade called Champagne. And I'm just going to go straight in. No lip liner, nothing underneath, just this. I think I'm going to add in some of this one, the Keep It Full in Prismatic Peach. I did order another shade, by the way. You'll be seeing that coming up soon. And I also did some highlighting in the inner corner off camera as well. I just took the same highlighter that I use on my face with a tiny pencil brush and just added some, and it just opens up the eyes even more. Alright, so that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Some first impressions, some new products, and just kind of using as many creams as possible. I feel like because my skin is quite dry, I think that I could benefit from more creams versus powders, and so we're just going to kind of see how this holds up. And if I have any issues with any of the products, I will definitely annotate that in the description box. And of course, I'll keep you guys posted in future videos of these products. But so far, I do like the complexion. It looks nice and fresh. Again, like I mentioned before, the foundation stick did cling to certain areas where it's dry and flaking, but that's going to happen with any foundation. So I'm not going to say it's this just yet, because I'm going to see what happens when I do my makeup tomorrow with a liquid foundation and see how that kind of glides over those dry areas. Stay tuned for more on that. The bronzer, the cream bronzer from So Body was great. So was the blush. The blush is definitely pigmented, so you've been warned. Go very, very light. Use a little bit. Tap it off on the back of your hand, on a paper towel, on a makeup palette, something before going straight from the product to your face, because there is such rich pigment coming from that. Just like the whole easy kind of quick vibe of using cream products, blending them well. And I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. The list of everything that I use will be in the description box in case you're wondering and curious about anything, if I can talk, curious about any of the products that I used today. And I appreciate you so much for being here and for being new. Take care. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see some more off-camera stuff. I'm usually pretty active on Instagram and Insta stories, so I'll put it on the screen. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll catch you in my next video. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.